Hello, and welcome to City Critters. I'm your host, Nikole Nichols. The previous host, Stephanie Waite, has taken a wonderful and exciting opportunity to help animals, and we wish her great luck and success and joy in the future. As we like to say in animal welfare, 'tis the season. Kitten season, that is. Yep, that's right, you heard me. There is a specific season just for kittens. Let me explain. We've all seen the movie Bambi. As spring approaches, the flowers begin to bloom, the weather warms up, the animals become, as they like to say in the movie, Twitter-pated. Thus becomes the mating season for unaltered cats. Kitten season runs from about March to November. It could start a little earlier, it could go a little later, depending on where you live. But it is during this time when most kittens are born. With us today is Kimberly Chandler. Kimberly is the foster coordinator for Nevada Humane Society. So it sounds like you have a lot of experience working with kittens.
I do. It's a lot of fun, and as a foster coordinator, I'm really responsible for training people that come in to learn how to take care of them and really see what's out there as far as what kind of different litters we get in every season.
Yeah. So it sounds like you have a lot of experience working with kittens.
I do, and I enjoy it, and it's a lot of fun, and no matter how many litters we get in each year, you always learn something new every time.
Yeah. So why are we seeing so many kittens this year?
Well, what happens is that during this season, the mothers have a gestation period of 2 months. And what that means is that pretty much days after becoming pregnant, or days after giving birth, they can become pregnant again. And in turn, over the 8-month period of kitten season, that's probably an average of 4 to 5 litters. And then if you imagine each litter having at least 3 kittens in it, that's a lot of kittens that come in on a regular basis.
Yeah, that is a lot of kittens. So are you finding mostly that you're getting in moms with kittens or older litter?
Not yet. Right now we're seeing a lot of almost newborns. They're called pre-weans, and what that means is they should normally be nursing on mom, but because they don't have a mom, they require around-the-clock care.
So what does that mean then for the staff and for the kittens themselves?
The staff needs to be available to help those kittens, and basically what happens is, like I said, the round-the-clock care, they need to be fed every 2 to 3 hours. They will basically be hand-raised, they'll be fed on a bottle, and they'll be taken care of all the time. The unfortunate thing with this is that kittens need their mother's nutrients. They need their mother's milk, and without that, unfortunately, they do have a higher mortality rate.
Where are these kittens coming from?
Actually, everywhere. If you imagine driving around town, it could be your backyard, it could be your neighbor's backyard, it could be under a wood pile, it could be in an empty plot of land. Kittens they show up everywhere. Wherever mom finds a comfortable home for them, that's where she delivers and that's where they'll be found.
But is it unusual then to find just a single kitten or a litter of kittens without moms?
Not always, and of course we want to take care of them. We want to do what's best for the kittens. If we find just one single kitten, chances are it's not alone, it's not orphaned. What you want to do is ask yourself, where's mom?
So if I'm wandering around in my backyard and I see a lone kitten or just a couple of kittens by themselves, what should I do?
You need to stop and think before you do anything. You need to consider that mom might actually be out and about doing something for her babies. Typically, when kittens are born just out in the wild, not necessarily in the care of someone's house, that mom is responsible for finding a better home for them, finding them food, finding them a place to stay sheltered. So she very easily could have left her nest and be out looking for somewhere new for those babies or looking for food for them.
Okay, so then I shouldn't just automatically run and grab them and think, oh, I gotta save their life and bring them into the shelter.
No, not at all, because a lot of times this one kitten will have siblings, and what mom does is while she's out in the hunt for a new nest or looking for food, she's also bringing the babies one at a time to this new location. So there's a good chance that the one kitten could have siblings. You just want to wait and observe the nest and watch to see what really happened so you know if he's truly orphaned or not.
Okay, so I should wait and watch to determine whether or not the cat is actually abandoned.
Correct.
How long should a person wait?
In all honesty, these kittens are so fragile that you want to probably check back in a good 2 to 3 hours, maybe. See if mom's come back and taking care of them.
Okay, great. Do you have anything else you want to add about, kittens, kitten season, or even fosters?
Well, you know what I've learned? I've been a foster in the past, and it's a great experience. I really enjoy it. And one of the things that I thought of in the beginning was, can I do this? Or do I need to have training? Do I need to be a vet? Do I need to have some kind of special experience? And the answer is you don't. You actually can come in with no knowledge of this, and we'll teach you. We've got a staff that can teach you how to take care of kittens that need the bottle feeding, the pre-weans. We have a staff that will offer you round-the-clock care as far as foster phones, like Stephanie mentions, and everything else. We can basically cover all your bases, give you what you need as far as training, supplies, and even the shoulder to lean on.
That's great. Well, thank you very much, Kimberly, for all your work with the kittens and for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. Before, we learned about kitten season. Now, we're going to talk what happens to those kittens when they actually enter the shelter. A crucial piece to maintaining a no-kill shelter is having an active foster program. As we discussed earlier, kittens that enter the shelter, especially those without moms, require a lot of extra care in order to give them what they need to survive. In addition, because they are so young, they are so much more susceptible to illness. We place them in foster homes until they are old enough to be spayed, neutered, vaccinated, and then put up for adoption. With us right now is one of our current foster homes, Stephanie Williams. How are you doing?
Great, thanks.
Good. Who do you have here?
This is Pierre. Pierre is a single kitten. He doesn't have any litter mates. He's about 4 weeks old. Right now I'm caring for him, providing basically a home for him until he's big enough, well socialized, to be neutered, microchipped, and vaccinated, and then adopted out into a home.
That's great. So you said he's about 4 weeks old?
He's about 4 weeks old. He's a little guy. He's about 1 pound and 2 ounces.
Yeah. So about 4 more weeks, you think, until he's ready?
About four more weeks, maybe 5. He just has to be 2 pounds in order to be neutered.
So 4 weeks, and then you're ready for more kittens,
yes.
Right? Good. So how long have you been a foster for Nevada Humane Society?
I've been a foster home for about 3 years. During that time, I've had about 25 different litters, and not including separate little guys like this. They all vary in their different needs, whether they're bottle babies, they're not weaned yet, they don't have a mom, they need me to bottle feed them. Feral kittens who need socialization sometimes, or, in Pierre's case, he's a pretty sociable little guy. He's just not big enough for adoption yet.
Yeah.
So.
Well, clearly you're a good foster mom, as he looks pretty friendly and pretty healthy.
Yeah, there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. So, why do you do this every year?
Well, I'm a huge supporter of the no-kill movement. And with the shelter during kitten season, they get really full. I'm not able to donate like money or things like that, and the best that I can do, because my house is also full of my own pets right now, the best that I can do is provide a temporary home for an animal in need, and that really helps the shelter out.
Yeah, it does. So what would you say to encourage people to open their homes as a foster?
Well, fostering, if you can keep yourself from getting attached, it's a great way to, like I said, help the shelter out with space and providing little homes for these little guys until they're ready for adoption. But it's also a great lot of fun watching the kittens develop and grow older. And I think probably the most rewarding part is knowing that I've touched so many lives, and they come back and they all find loving homes and families, and it's a happy ending for everybody.
Yeah, that's great. What advice would you give to any new foster parent or anyone who might be considering being a foster parent?
Just know that the people at the Nevada Humane Society, in the clinic, the cat care manager, you, Kimberly, you're all so great. You're here to answer any questions or concerns. There's an emergency line in case there is an emergency, and you guys are here to help. So.
That's great. Well, thank you for serving as a foster home and for
absolutely.
bringing little Pierre. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
So as you can see, during kitten season, there is a dramatic increase in the number of kittens that come into the shelter. And as Stephanie shared, fostering can be a really fun and exciting experience. If you're interested in becoming a foster or just want some more information, call us at the Nevada Humane Society at 856-2000. Or you can download our foster application on our website at www.nevadahumanesociety.org. We have here Nosy and Spreckles. They're brother and sister. They're 10 years old, long hair. Nosy is a long hair black, and Spreckles is a long hair tortie. They were surrendered by their owners because they couldn't keep them any longer. These two are just absolute love bugs. Love to be groomed, love to have their tummy rubbed, and would make a really great companions for a senior or a family with older children. Thank you for joining us for City Critters. Wanted to take this time to remind you about our upcoming Walk for Animals on May 22nd at the Sparks Marina. It's going to be a really fun event, lots of dogs walking, lots of booths, lots of food, and we really hope that you and your family can join us. Thank you.